to be or not to be the official run to be at if you're the bee's knees?
No.
Yeah, we're going to have a pun counter. It's already decided. I'm Sarge, your wonderful GM. Running my second game today. And I have with me 4 wonderful players who all wish they were doing something else. If the players could go ahead and introduce themselves and their character real quick. We'll start with from top to the bottom, so Redgrave, you go first.
Hello all, I am Redgrave277, otherwise known as Last Call, well, I don't know really what to call him anymore.
Chump?
The
I'm throwing that out there.
punching bag. The 411 Karma punching bag who keeps coming back for more of Sarge's goodness, and still doesn't get the idea.
I think it's already been decided I'm going to be running his death run at some point. We just don't know when.
We have to settle that everything with LC is officially over. And until Poncho gets back at Evo, that's not going to happen.
That's true. So, Alethea Ray.
Oh god. Okay, so wait, let me turn on my mic. But chat.
Well, no, because you can. It's coming over mine.
Oh, well, then fuck you.
I'm just saying.
Alright, so I go by Allie or Bev or nowadays Lady Sarge, apparently. And
That's a popular one.
yeah, Lady Sarge is catching on like wildfire. But I am playing Domino. She is a saboteur Mundi who likes to make things go boom. And she rides a motorbike because she's that awesome.
Well, no, because she's a go-ganger.
Well, that too, but
I mean,
it's
that's
because she's
pretty
awesome.
too. But
Let me shut up.
E-Chrome, go ahead.
Alright, I am Ikrom. I'm playing Cliff. He is your friendly neighborhood mystic adept who's also a bird. He's a Falconine shapeshifter. Probably one of the junior runners on this. Hasn't been around too much yet. But he's always excited to see where the shiny things are and maybe take them.
E-Chrome, have you heard?
Have I heard?
Have you heard the word?
Oh no.
I have heard the word.
Oh god.
I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go into it. Assertive, go ahead.
All right, my guy's Hurricane. Heavy weapons demo expert.
Oh man, shit's gonna
Probably-
blow up this run.
Yeah, probably the one of the only, if not the only, uncybered mundanes on the net, as far as I can tell. Edgemancer to keep from exploding randomly, and also I could be awesome 7 times during any run, but more than that, things get dicey.
Ha, 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 dicey.
I use a pickup because I tend to prefer having something armored to hide behind when people start shooting at me.
There you go.
Our characters are gonna be best friends because she's also a demos expert.
Actually, he just kind of gets kind of that clenching feeling, when someone else starts. Hey, I can help with the explosives. Like, I got this.
Please step away from C4.
We're gonna have explosion contests.
All right, so you guys have all gotten we've already gone over Sarge's how to GM thing, so we don't need to go over that again with anybody. Is there any questions before we start? You guys can speak up. I'm very free and loose with even taunting. I'm perfectly okay with it. It'll just make you die faster.
No, you see, I've gotten my taunting in already, and I know anymore he'll actually start punching me in the girlfriend again. And last time it took 3 months to resolve.
True. All right.
You still owe me someone, Nguyen's head, but
that's true. We'll get there. So, okay. So with that, your Johnsons have all contacted you at about 4 o'clock in the morning. And you're all very upset on this fact because he told you to go to the Johnsons area in Upper Snohomish as of 5 o'clock. So tell me, in your sleepy days, we will use, in cases of non-initiative, we will use the splash screen from top to bottom in order to kind of declare actions outside of combat, okay? Keeps things pretty organized, and another good thing of having such a wonderful, come on, that's a wonderful splash screen we have, right?
it's lovely.
So lovely.
That's when you guys would agree, so you don't die. All right. So last call. Where are you, and how are you getting there?
At 4 in the morning, LC is probably getting up from his 3-hour sleep-regulated nap, in his nice high lifestyle Bellevue apartment. Um, and right now he's debating: do I slip out without saying goodbye to Jen, and risk that wrath, or do I wake her up and risk that wrath? Fuck it, I'll leave a note.
I'll leave a note. All right.
Nah, he'll wake her up. Just tell her he's got a quick job. He'll be back before lunch.
So
And he's going to take his Hyundai Shin Hyung all the way out there. He's leaving the meat wagon at home.
okay. What kind of car is that? Sports car?
Yes.
You're taking a sports car into the bumblefuck of Snohomish.
You're right. I'll take the meat wagon. That GMC Endurance.
Okay, good idea. Domino, where you at? How you getting there?
Alright, she is at her abode of sorts in her I want to make things go boom lab. And knowing her, she's probably up because why not cause explosions at 4 o'clock in the morning? The neighbors won't care. They'll just think she's blowing up someone else for them. Pretty much.
Pretty much.
So she's gonna get her message from her Johnson, basically get her gun, her grenade launcher, tons of stuff, and hop on her bike.
Okay. You two go ahead and roll me edge checks for me. Cliff, how you getting there? What you doing?
Hi.
Where you at? How you doing?
So Cliff is perched in his loft apartment, fast asleep, when he's awakened by an annoying comlink buzzing. And so he's going to put on some clothes and some armor and pack a few things, and then hop on his trusty Dodge Scoot to ride on his merry way.
Oh, all you got to do is your edge statistic and dice.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm sorry, you said how are you getting there to Snohomish?
Dodge Scoot.
Dodge Scoot. All right, go ahead and roll me your edge as well. And assertive, you should have no problem with this. But where are you? What you doing? And how you getting there?
I actually have a rental house in the B area of Bellevue, right next to the lovely Touristville Wall. So,
Oh boy.
so the explosions and gunfire are somewhat muffled, but it also keeps the towny trash away from his place. So, win-win.
Always a good thing.
All right, so I think I'm crossing just one checkpoint to get there. I don't know if that matters.
As far as you know, but you would still roll edge, just
Yeah,
in case, because there always could be a robbery that you come across.
Yeah, there's he gives himself adds just 45 minutes just to get across the checkpoint of commute time. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, last call, Domino and Hurricane, you guys all make it there successfully on time at the speed of plot. Cliff, however, your little Dodge Scoot blows a tire. You don't happen to have a spare on the way.
No, I couldn't pack one on my Dodge Scoot. Wouldn't fit.
Oh, man. All right. So how you going to resolve it?
Well, where am I when this happens?
I would say you're probably in the middle of Bellevue somewhere.
Middle of Bellevue? How am I doing on time? Check my comlink.
Let's say, did you leave early?
Oh, left right away.
Left right away as soon as you got it. Okay, so you'd have about an hour. I'd say you probably got about a half hour left.
Half hour left?
Yeah, to get.
And how far away am I?
You're at the north part of Bellevue, so maybe you got like a 15-minute hike left.
Well, is there anyone nearby who looks like they could help at 4:30 in the morning?
At 4:30 in the morning, you do happen to have the good fortune to have broken down in front of a garage.
Oh, that is pretty fortunate.
However, it's the unfortunate that they don't have your style tire. They have to order it. So, if you would like to, you can pay 75 Nuyen and you can have your Dodge Scoot back by the end of the run.
Can they give me a ride?
Yeah. They're probably
Sure,
going to wonder
well-
why you're hoofing it out to Snohomish, but they can probably give you a ride.
All right, I'll pay the money and have them drop me off, a little ways away from the actual destination.
Okay, so you're probably going to be about 15 minutes late. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. So with all of this, you guys do manage to get up into this this very posh and rundown-looking piece of Snohomish property. It's overgrown. The windows are broken. But this gentleman is sitting outside on the porch, sipping a glass of tea, waiting on you guys. Very obviously foreign, but he sits in the chair with an ease that means he's been there for a while. And as you all walk up in the pre-morning dawn, the sun is just barely starting to crest over the horizon, with him looking at it, like the porch is facing the sunrise. So he motions you all to come up and, oh, please have a seat. We watch sunrise. Yes.
Elsie will shrug and grab a seat.
Yeah, Domino's
Whatever
just
you
gonna
say,
be
boss.
Like, I guess. Alright.
All right, sure. When in Rome.
Oh, please! It's very you very few times you get to slow down enough to watch, and normally I'm out doing what I'm supposed to do by now. But having this meeting, I figured that we at least can enjoy sunrise. Yes.
Sure.
We'll go with that.
You all seem so not entertained.
No, this is still a heck of a lot better. The last Johnson Hurricane had to work with literally rose out of a dumpster like Oscar the Grouch and had drones spraying him with deodorant just so we could tolerate his presence long enough to get instructions. So this is looking aces up compared to what.
Please tell me that was a Crayon run.
Yes.
Because he started that NPC with the first run Suede was on, and I love that fucking character.
Yeah, he offered a bonus if it was wet work, but if we melted the target's flesh off his skull alive with acid, he would pay us an extra 6,000, and we just kind of like, no. Some PCs here would have rolled with that, but we were like, that's a bit much, and not enough money.
I got enough. It's something you will never ever hear a runner say. I've got enough money, thanks. It's cool.
Hey, hi.
No, there's some adventure freaks that are saying, yeah, I'm doing all right for now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Elsie's gonna sneak a drink from his flask while we watch the sun.
All right, so you guys, in quiet, you guys can hear nothing. There's no cars. There's no hustle and bustle of traffic. There's very slight cricket noises, and it's just quiet. Has anybody not been to the country before?
My character has never, ever, not even close.
Okay. Cliff, Hurricane, have either of you?
Well,
yeah,
do we mean the rural northern pseudo-America rural outdoors, or the outdoors in general? Because the outdoors where he's from is largely swamp.
So you'd be used to it. Cliff, you said you were as well?
Yeah, he's flown out to the
Okay.
farther reaches of Seattle before.
So Domino, make me a composure check.
Oh, Jesus.
Because you are unnerved by the amount of quiet that is around you right now.
Very much. What would that be? Would I actually have a... Is that an actual stat?
Yeah, it should be on the character sheet.
I'm not wearing my glasses.
Scroll down a little bit. Composure.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Man, you guys are super quiet. I'm not used to this.
We're taking in the sunrise.
Yeah, I'm rolling my composure check and I'm failing. God damn it.
Instead of coffee, Hurricane has one of those energy drinks, but since, the FDA is not a thing in the future, it's one of these liter-sized things. Just a pop top.
All right, so you successfully managed to not get freaked out by the amount of quiet around here. And actually, you do find it a little serene to not have all of the noises and pressure of the city coming down on you. And you all just share a brief, slow moment where it's just you and it's just this absolutely gorgeous sunrise. And the farmer sighs contentedly before placing his drink on the side table and turning to you guys. And he's like, okay, to business, yes? I appreciate you coming out here to share with me. It's hard to have company around here. So what I request of you, I have a person who is lost. We would appreciate her, but more importantly is we need statistics on the bees. As I've said, I am beekeeper. Honey, very, very pricey nowadays. Very, very good crop. But it's very hard to balance bee with normal pollution, yes? And he looks at you expectingly like you would know.
She's gonna nod and just be like, sure, yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Or kid's gonna say, "Yeah, I was surprised that bees are a thing that even exist. I always thought with the pending ecological thing that having them out anywhere outside of laboratories was pretty unique. Of course, they have these horrible weekend Africanized things in Amazonia that are about the size of your head. Got a stinger about the size of your finger. So it's good times."
hey, however you gotta make money.
Yes, I know that. They do not make good honey and very aggressive. And he winces
Yes.
a little bit. Like, not good crop, not good crop. Okay. But anyway, I need that data pad with statistics about the hives. It's crucially important in order to keep alkaline base mixture of air around them to make sure they survive. Last I heard her was 1 day ago, and she has not come back from analysis, and I'm beginning to worry.
Was she out in the fields or?
Yes, she was out checking hives. We have hives in different locations. It's a large plot of land with very few hives because there are very few places that will allow. There are very few places that will allow consistent hive structure and growth. So throughout this plot, I will give you hive locations, and you must find data pad, if not her. I will pay 6,000 a piece in order to find this. It's very profitable for both you and me in order to keep this business running.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
All right, OC, who's our face here? Okay, I actually bought Charisma 3 and Negotiation 2 recently.
Okay, so you're rolling 5 dice to negotiate.
And I'm gonna also edge that because that's what edgeomancers do.
I'll assist you. Just give you a few more. Let me just roll it up.
What are your ranks in negotiation?
I have 2 ranks.
So LC, he can only take 2 of your successes.
Well, I mean, I could take 3 of his, but
I can
have
toss
5.
more overall dice.
You have
so,
5 negotiation ranks or dice.
Oh, no, I have 4 dice. I'm sorry.
So that would be negotiation.
Yeah. Negotiation, and then there's I know what the 5 means.
Cliff's gonna stay out of this one. He's still
What's your limit?
trying to figure out why anybody would
So
want
then
bees in the
4.
first
I have 4
place.
dice.
That would seem annoying to
You
him.
only have 1 rank though. You
Oh,
won't be
okay.
able to accept one dice of help.
Oh, okay.
alright, so pick up 2 extra dice.
Okay.
all right, 2 extra dice. All right, that's gonna be 14. And yeah.
I rolled better.
Wow.
Well, good to get the bad rolls out of the way first. I know that's not how probability works, but I'm gonna roll with that.
You do,
Oh, Lord. Elsie's just gonna lean in. It's like, well, sir, you've lucked into hiring the best. Don't worry about it.
Luck have nothing to do with research done, right? That's why you'll fix your contact.
Fair enough. Well, then you've hired the best.
So is acceptable? Yes.
Can make it work.
Eh. Okay, so here is locations of hives. He sends you an AR blast. It's a very weak signal out there, but you do manage to get it sent to your personal comlinks. There are 7 hives throughout his field that he suspects that the farmhand would have been at. He also sends you a picture of the farmhand. And what you're not expecting is a very large, voluptuous troll to have been the farmhand.
No. Elsie knew Loader. He knew who he dated. He's like, okay.
I've seen better, but
I mean, Iveta.
Reactions? Nobody?
All right,
No.
that's
Not
only-
my first option, but they can do it.
She very hard worker, so very good. Okay, I will be here taking care of business. If you need anything, please come get me. As you realize the scope of this farm, this is not the only thing he does. There's large swaths of actual farmland. And you realize, shockingly, that there's probably 3-4 square miles worth of territory that you
Oh,
got to
joy.
cover.
no worries. I mean, I brought the pickup. Do I see you roll in on a Dodge Scoot?
Yes. Well, no, because the Dodge Scoot broke down. But you see me
Right.
walking with no vehicle.
It's like, right. Whoever wants to, get in the truck. I advise you it'd probably be the quickest way to get around this place.
Yeah, 'cause
Also,
I'm
he's
pretty
gonna
sure her
walk
bike
back to
is
his
not
truck.
gonna be
All right.
farm
Cliff will
friendly.
climb in the back of the truck and suggest that he can summon an air spirit to take a look around too.
LCD should say, hang on a second. He's going to open up the trunk and fish out the M23, grab 3 mags of XX and a mag of Stick and Shock.
Interesting, okay.
What? I got other tools to take people down. The Stick and Shock's just... He's going to load the Stick and Shock, leave the XX in a small bag, just climb in the truck, like, alright, now we're good. Because the M23 is legal.
Yeah, she's gonna park the bike kind of inconspicuously.
The nice sports bike in the
Yes.
middle of Snohomish.
Yes, she's gonna make it almost blend in so no one jacks her bike. That's her baby.
Yep.
And then she's
Click.
gonna jump into the bed.
Click on the security, including the chameleon coding.
Mm-hmm. All of it.
Okay, so you're
All
all
right.
loading into the truck?
Yep.
Okay, who's summoning the air spirit? Cliff?
Cliff is.
All right, go ahead and roll in beans for me.
Okay.
Or bones. Beans or bones? I guess it could be both.
Sweet bony beans.
Bony beans. What's your tradition, by the way?
I believe it's Juridic, but more just
All right.
for him,
Take-
magic comes from nature because
Okay. Well,
He's
yeah,
sort
if
of.
it's druidic in this point, actually take a +1 to your magic rolls. Because
Okay.
this is your environment. Like, you're surrounded by nature.
Mhm.
Yeah, last call. You can go ahead and do that.
Oh, and let's go for a force 4.
Okay. Is there anything else while you're doing that? Anybody else, would you guys like to do things?
I'm checking my maps off. I have maps off Seattle. I don't know if this covers Snohomish or not, or the area we're in.
It usually maps off specifically cover routes that they can take. You're going through major forested territory.
Okay.
So it's not really. It's going to cover maybe a satellite image, but the farmer already provided you those details.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to try to combine and overlay the two and see what we can get a better picture of.
Okay. Do you have any type of navigation knowledge? Does anybody have navigation?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I do. By the way, I keep all of those. The time's cut in half, and I've got noise reduction 2 going.
Okay.
All right. My navigation pool is 6. So what's yours?
Navigation pool is... That is 8.
All right. Let me roll to add to yours. Take 2 dice.
All right.
And Domino, what would you like to do?
For the moment, she's pretty useless because she hasn't been out in the country, so she's pretty much next to useless with the.
Oh, you can always try and roll some sort of knowledge checks or things like that. Maybe contact your fixers, see if they've heard of this chick. Things like that.
Which of my fixers, which of my people would know about it?
If you want to pass, you can. You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass because I don't think any of them.
Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, for
Okay.
the moment, she's gonna fidget with her grenades in the back.
Okay. Cliff, do I have to roll against you to prevent spirit being
Yes.
summoned? Okay, what would you...
You
what am I
rolled
rolling?
the spirit's force, which is 4.
So 4 dice, that's it?
Yeah.
If I get this, you owe me Will. 2.
It's why I carry XX, in case people summon spirits they can't take.
All right.
All right, so I have 3 services.
Cool. What would you like it to do?
So the first service, I'm just going to tell it to, follow the truck, explore around as we drive, and let me know if it finds anything interesting or metahuman-like.
Okay. So your spirit of wind, what does that follow? Because normally, I believe traditions have like types. I believe, like combat, scout, things like that. What's your air spirit do?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Okay.
What's your tradition? Druidic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can look that up real quick.
Okay. While he's doing that, what's your air spirit look like to you?
To me,
Mhm.
probably looks like a bird, kind of like a big eagle, except kind of ethereal,
Okay. Ethereal.
like
Yep.
not a solid manifestation.
All right. So I'm imagining something like a 4-foot wingspan. Almost actually probably closer to 6-foot wingspan, just giant fucking eagle following the truck.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's going to stay in the astral plane.
Okay, that's fine.
An eye on things there.
All right, so you feel that connection. Do you have a mentor spirit?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
All right, so he keeps following you.
The air spirit for the druidic tradition is a spirit of illusion.
Illusion. Okay. All righty. So with that, last call. Digital digging on Michelle. Is there anything specifically you're looking for?
Trying to assess if she would take the data and run.
Okay.
Really,
It's like
if she were to disappear, is there anything going on that... Are there any anomalies? Is she all of a sudden complaining about work? Is she breaking any sort of routine?
the only reference to a Michelle Klein that is of a troll metatype is in Denver. Something like 9 years ago.
Huh.
There are plenty of other Michelle Kleins.
None that are trolls.
None that are trolls.
Does the one in Denver match at all?
As far as you can tell, it's just the birth certificate.
Ah. Well,
The last recorded instance of the birth certificate. Not, she was born 9 years ago.
alright. Well, that ain't much to go on. Oh well. I'll just keep that to myself then.
Okay. And then between last call, I'm assuming you're hopping in the side seat while Hurricane drives.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Hurricane, you're driving around in your big old pickup truck, feeling very slightly country. You can actually turn on country if you would like, in order to taunt everybody around.
Hurricane is from the nation of South Florida, and one thing he cannot stand is cast crackers. So that country is not happening.
Yeah, thank God.
You.
He is